Hey everyone, I'm here with another one of my rock star clients. Abishek is here. Abishek, please tell us a little bit about yourself, your business, and what you do.
Yeah, sure, Scott. So I'm Abhishek. I have been working at a social impact consulting firm for the past 11 years. And in terms of my business, to be honest, we're kind of in a very nascent stage. Where I really am is I have implicit and explicit knowledge, skills, expertise that I've built in my work. And the leap I'm trying to make is that something I can structure, organize, concretize into a product, into a service that helps people?
Fantastic. Well, what was the biggest challenge that you had before we started our work together?
Just getting out of my head, I guess. So, mm, consultants are usually type A people. So we have lots of ideas with thinkers or academics or researchers and analysts. So we're very good at that. And the good thing in a consulting environment is very structured. You have scopes and deliverables and timelines and budgets and clients and accountability. So working in that kind of system is straightforward. And no matter how complex the problem, getting an answer, there's a pathway. I think outside of that, in the ambiguity of I want to do something more, what should I do and how should I do it? To a degree, you replicated some of the email exchanges we had, replicated some of that structure. So it gave me the next thing and the next thing. So that was like a little Gantt. I still don't know what the end looks like, but I knew what I was going to do for the day, for the next 2 days.
Yeah, well, I love that. The whole purpose is to get folks out of their head and taking intentional action because clarity comes from engaging the field for sure. Why did you decide to work with me specifically over all the other choices that you had?
Yeah, so I think the choice really was continue doing this or get some guidance. I know of you for several years because I've also been part of the Seth Godin community. So I think the offer you had of I kind of help you think through what the specific steps that I can do are, and at least for the email exchange, it felt like a worthwhile investment to at least get some momentum going.
Beautiful. Was there anything particular about our work together that was helpful to you, and why do you think it was so effective?
When I raised my fears, you said it's okay, don't worry about that now. Let's do the next thing. Whereas again, because like consulting requires you to have a clear hypothesis at the start, and you don't start work till you have a plan because otherwise it's too expensive. And just being okay with, okay, I'll figure this out later is made sure the momentum was. So I think as an example, I was very uncomfortable sharing anything with anyone in my network because there's the fear of being judged, perceptions changing, optics, all of that. And you said like it's not for now. And in those 3, 4 days, I at least came up with two names who I did share something with. And that was a little unlock that I think without the exchange, I probably wouldn't have done.
Beautiful. Well, what's happened for you and, what you've been able to accomplish so far with your business since we've worked together?
Yeah. Again, I would refrain from calling it a business yet, but I think for me, there is a point of view I have about who I could be. Um, and I've always had a vision, and I think this is why this whole leadership, coaching, the solopreneur angle has been interesting for me. But for me to have that vision and a point of view and then be able to share with someone and get feedback, and I would say interesting feedback that I can build on, that was a big step. Haven't done that. I've been thinking about doing this for 8 years. I've never done it.
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic. Well, I'm a big fan of what I call work-life integration. So how has your life changed as we've been working together on getting your business ideated and started?
Yeah, I guess for me, I am in kind of a transition point where I need to start thinking about what outside my job or what alongside my job for many reasons. Being here 11 years is one of them. Mm, Again, I wouldn't say my life has changed, but I've been able to narrow on the fact that this is something I want to try out, experiment, see if there's something to be said here.
Yeah, I
Um,
love that
Having
posture.
that ability to put something on paper and share it with someone hopefully starts a cycle, we'll see.
I love it. Curiosity and engaging the field are powerful. It's a powerful tandem for sure. So where do you think you would be right now if you hadn't trusted yourself enough to make a investment in yourself and in our work together?
Still thinking, still thinking, conceptualizing, ideating, probably spinning a few other ideas with it. So
Yeah, it's hard to read the prescription from inside the bottle. So a lot of us will just end up spinning cycles, feeling like we're doing something when we're actually just staying where we've been. So if anyone is on the fence, our work together began when I sent you an icebreaker question, and then you engaged in a free what I call a catalyst exchange to give you some clarity about where you actually wanted to go, where you were starting from, and what you were starting with, and how you might get there. For anyone that's on the fence about even starting with that very small free step, what would you say to them?
it's, I would say, low risk, low cost. So it, and I don't remember if the product or service starts after the three questions or before. I'm not fully sure, but either way, it's, I think, a small investment to make for someone to just participate in an exchange where their thinking develops. And I think more importantly, from someone who's been on that journey, right? So I think to a degree, maybe you have a coaching practice that me or others want to get to. So that is the way to learn, I guess.
I love
I
that.
will, yeah, I will say I mean, I'm at a stage where I was like not even base zero. I was buried in my ideas. So I can't speak for someone else who maybe has a bit more clarity than I do or I did.
Well, I love the framing of it's a very low risk way to get started that has a very high potential upside
It's a
reward.
meal, right?
For sure. Well, Abhishek, it's been so thrilling to be working with you so far. I'm really looking forward to watching and witnessing your business continue to develop and evolve. And I really appreciate the gift of your time and sharing some of your experience with our coaching.
Yeah. Same here, Scott. Thanks.